What's up, everybody, and welcome. Happy New Year, first episode of 2023. We're right here with the one and only Dove Guy in the casa, holding it down.
What's cracking? What's up? What's up?
What's up, local?
How
Thank
you
you for
doing?
rolling up.
No, for sure. Thank you for having me. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Cause you were actually there at the first podcast I ever did,
Yeah, fool.
which is crazy. Crazy.
Hey, fool, George,
Yeah,
with George?
that was my first ever podcast.
Yeah, fool, that's what I
Yeah,
remember.
yeah.
And that was a fucking minute ago already,
Yeah,
huh?
that was a while. That was for sure. Over
That
a
was
year
when
ago.
you were off with the fade y todo.
Yeah, I was fucking straight buzz cut at the time.
You know,
Nah.
local chon right
I was
now.
all fucking bald.
Yeah. No, you were bald, fool, with
Yeah,
the baby
but
face.
like fucking like a
Little baby
one. I
face,
had
just
like a
little three
one
on
fool.
top. Hey,
Yeah.
do a three on the top.
Not
I'm
even a
come back
three, like a
tomorrow.
two or a one fool, and it was just fuck. I was doing that shit by myself at my
Yeah?
house. Yeah.
You could cut your hair too?
No, fool, I wasn't doing it good. I was just fucking.
A ver, fuck it. A ver cómo sale.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I've told him before, my barber, fool, he cuts his own hair. Sick ass fades.
Well,
I'm like, I want it like that.
Yeah.
He's
He
like,
fool does better on him than with you.
Yeah, fool. I'm like, hey, fool, his shit just blends. So I'm like, damn. He said, you can't even tell.
That's
Like, you cut your hair every day.
crazy.
He's like, nah. I'm like, but fool, every time I try to cut my own hair.
Oh,
Fucking
yeah.
trasquilado
Yeah.
after balding. Okay, dog, take it all off. You ever did that shit?
Yeah, the sides is easy.
Yeah.
But the back is hard.
In the mirror?
Yeah, no, but and then the mirror I'll be trying to go left, and then it turns out my head's moving the wrong way. Shit, I'm
They're
like, what the
"Oh,
fuck?
shit." Instead of up, you're going down. You're like,
real.
God damn, I wait. Hey, fool,
not
that's the
trippy.
worst shit. I remember fucking when we were little kids, my cousin, he's like, I'll cut your fucking hair, I'll do a sick ass fade. Fool, like this side was faded out. It was cool, but it was up here, and when it was down here, I was like, all right, fucking all turning sideways and shit. Like, dog, but if it would have done the same shit all the way around,
Upward
sick
movement,
ass fade.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just seen a fucking machine. I don't know if it's real, but where you could do your own fade.
I
It's
think
like
I've
a
seen
clipper
that.
and it's kind of
like
sideways.
yeah.
And that shit
That'll
looks
be
good. No,
sick.
you
That'll
seen
be
it? I was
sick.
like, no,
I'll
pues
do
ya la
that shit.
hicimos.
Yeah, for real, huh?
I'll just tell my girl, hey, you know what I'm saying?
Just make sure you
Just
take
get
care of the back.
Fool, the other day I got a haircut. My shit was all fucking looking good, but just the bottom hairs, they were still right there.
Why?
I fucking, because I was rushing my barber.
Oh.
I was like, hey, I got to go podcast, fool. Hurry up, fool. I'm like,
I gotta go.
15 minutes. And he's like, I got you right now. I was all cool. I fucking went. I was just chilling right there. And the homie grabs me by the neck. I'm like, hey, what the fuck? And it's just the hairs. I was like, hey, dog, what the fuck? Dog, the worst shit ever. So I went home, fucking night, just hit it with the razor and feed me.
Yeah.
But damn, fool. And nobody seen it on the camera.
That's
You
good.
couldn't
It was on
tell.
the back, yeah.
I was like, fuck,
you-
dog. But
that
that's the
was like-
worst, fool. You ever got a fucked up haircut that you pay for?
Yeah, probably. I
Dog.
think so.
Or what
Not-
about when
not-
you get
not
a
like-
haircut and it's all cutting you? You're you're like, is this
For,
supposed to hurt
no,
like this?
no, I've been
And
at a
it's like,
haircut
cat.
where
You're
she
like,
all of a
"God,
sudden, homegirl, like I used to, like when I was like a kid and shit, I would go to like the beauty salon, like down the street and shit, right? Like I'd just be like, oh, let me get like number 11 or whatever the fuck was on the
Oh,
picture.
but the
you
fool
yeah,
with the
yeah, the
thing,
fool's on the
que se
picture.
mire
I'll be
así.
like, whichever the sickest fool is, I'm gonna go with that fool. I want that haircut. And I remember one time she was cutting my hair, next thing you know, you just hear, oh fuck. I was like, oh, Charlie. I was like, wait a minute.
Is that you?
I was like, what the fuck? I've been here. So then she ended up cutting it like hella smaller than I had asked for it because she like fucked it up.
Yeah.
So she like supposedly fixed it.
Si no
But-
tenemos el 11, pero tenemos el 12.
For real, huh? She's like, she's like, I'll do my
Okay,
best.
Throw the little line on the side then
I'm
at least.
she's like, I'm gonna do 10 y medio. Like,
Fuck off. You ever did you ever used to shave the eyebrow right
nah,
here?
I never did that.
Dog, I did it when I was a kid. I had 2 lines. Tick, tick. I was like, ¿Qué chingas hiciste?
But you did it or you told the barber? Or
Nah,
like,
me, fool.
you just cut it.
Yeah. Little fool. I was a little kid.
No, I think
didn't give a
I
fuck.
know I've cut, but on accident.
No, I did it, fool, because that was a trend.
Yeah,
'Cause
I
always
remember,
wanted
yeah, I know.
eyebrow pierced.
Charlie, yeah.
And I just wanted it, fool, because I seen it. I was like, fuck, fuckers, I want that, dog. My cousin had it. I was like, I want it. Never. What about, you ever seen fools that did like their own piercings or whatever, like on their eyebrows or whatever? And you know those ones that you do their ears? Okay, in the back, le pones a little,
Yeah.
they'll have it on their eyebrow right here. That shit. I seen a fool that had that shit. It was all swollen, fool, and just a little fucking.
Oh, small as you.
Just a two little dog. I was like, hey, dog. Charlie.
Hey, you know, it's crazy. The other day I see some fool with the piercing like right here, fool.
Right here?
Yeah, fool. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, how the fuck does that shit even make sense?
Yeah, what the fuck's going on?
I
Like
don't
a
know.
barbell? Tenía la...
Like a little
just a
diamond,
little.
like a little piedrita right there.
What the fuck?
I don't know if that fool was like
I seen a fool where the homie had it right here, but like the
like
little
going across.
barbell,
I
then
see,
you
I
have two
seen
balls.
That. Yeah.
But right here,
it
for
was,
what?
it was just I don't know how the fuck they put that shit in. Looked like a sticker, but it was like that shit was shining. Like it
You're
was
like, hey, is that better?
like, I was like, hey, what's up? I was about to wipe that shit off, but nah.
Imagine, fool, you fucking wiping your face, you
fucking,
forget, you're in a shower and the fucking, what is it, the stropajo or whatever, that shit
Pulls
gets
it.
stuck on it.
Nah, actually, now that you see that, I don't
That'd be
think that shit's
fucked up,
real,
huh?
fool. Cause how can you do that, fool?
Well, there's the Dremels. I seen a fool that had he had like it looked like an anchor under his skin, fool, lifted like that. And it's like a little rubber silicone. They'll cut like a little hole right here.
Push it in.
And then he push it in, and it's like a whole fucking, it'll be lifted like that.
Like the fool that do the horns and shit.
Yeah, dog. For
See?
what? You
Hey,
ever
fool.
seen that shit,
I seen that
Maury,
shit.
where the fool had the horns and he could screw in different
Oh,
ones?
Charlie, no.
I think, yeah,
What the
fool.
fuck?
I seen that shit on fucking Maury. Look
homie.
at them. It was like some lawyer fool, and now he's fucking all pierced up. I knew a fool,
Build-A-Bear.
some fool Marcus that was all pierced. Fucking Marcus from Freak Show in Venice Beach.
Okay.
That fool had piercings all over his body, fool. And he was just when I met him, he was like a normal fool. He just came back from the Marines or from some military, and he was a breakdancer, and he was like a normal dude. And then I seen him like 5 years later, and that fool had everything pierced, dog. Like his whole face, like exaggerated, dog. Like not even. It was like, what the hell? Like he was trying to go, I guess, for the most pierced man or some shit like that. But fool, he had a grip, and he ended up getting a job right there at Freak Show in Vegas, and that fool, not in Vegas, in Venice Beach. You know how in the boardwalk in Venice Beach,
Yeah.
they have like where the fool come out with a double-headed snake. You ever seen that shit?
Yeah, like the fucking like
yeah,
little
and then the
music
high
shit.
knot
Yeah.
throwing fire and shit. Well, that fool was one of those.
Like a fucking what was he doing? He was just showing his face.
I fucking no. He was like fucking
Playing with
swallowing
them?
swords and fucking doing flame, fucking
shit. Also, he was
spitting
doing crazy
fire.
shit.
But he was all pierced, fool,
Pierced out.
his head and everything.
Because there's people that get like
Crazy.
addicted to like tattoos and shit.
Yeah, there's fools like that. You seen the fools that do them like just solid black?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's crazy. Like, what are you doing?
Like for what? dog?
The
and,
fuck?
and then they'll go solid black and they'll be like, nah, fuck it, throw some white on
Oh,
that
no.
motherfucker. You're like,
Dude,
hey,
it's
yeah,
for them reset,
yeah,
fool.
dog, enough.
It's a reset.
They don't get it, fool. It's like, yeah, fuck it, homie. You had your chance,
crazy.
dog. You covered them up. That's it. Or what
Is that
about
what it's for?
fools
You
that
think that's
have-
what it's for covering it up?
Or fools that have face tats, head, and hands, and then they take
Nothing.
off their shirts. Y nomás it's like, hey,
Serio,
este güey tiene
fool.
guantes or what?
Serio.
Those are gloves?
That's most like that's like I mean that, you can say that's pretty popular now.
That's what it is now.
Yeah.
And then, fool, the homie, if you're listening to this, dog, he's probably going to get mad, But this fool he's like, hey, Tommy, because I have tattoos, you know? He's like, you ever put that numbing shit on you for tattooing? I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, that shit, it numbs your skin. You don't feel shit. I'm like, what? Fuck no. He's like, dog, I use it. You can't feel shit. I'm like,
don't go then.
I'm like, then don't go. You can't fucking take the pain. Like, dick, I don't know. And I don't like the fucking pain and tattoos.
Yeah.
There's fools that are like, fuck, I'm fucking,
Yeah.
I need the needle, bro.
Yeah.
That shit hurts, dog. Don't lie. That shit fucking sucks. Everybody hates it. But it comes with territory. And this con el numbing, you can't be numbing your fucking skin, dog. Chale. Or even you see fools like, hey, dick, I took 3 Norix, fool. I'm about to get my whole back done. That's cool. Fuck it, that's your pedo. That shit makes it worse, anyways. 'Cause-
Really?
Yeah, fool. Because that shit's just in the fucking. You just concentrate on that tattoo the whole time, so that shit hurt. But you're so fucked up. You're like, nah, fuck it. You know, it really doesn't take the pain away.
That's just crazy.
But yeah, that's why I'm like, fool. If you're gonna get tatted, just go get tatted.
Yeah, I
and
never
if
got a
if
tattoo.
you're like, I can't take the pain, then hey, fuck it, it ain't for
That ain't
you.
for you. Temporary tattoo.
Don't get a fucking
Don't
tattoo.
put on a sticker.
Yeah, and then the fools, it's like to each his own. But dick, the fools that have tats on their face and shit, that's like the end. That's like, I already did everything black. We hit white on it. Let me get my whole face covered. But like, fuck it.
But that has to be like a face tattoo has to be like straight up attention. Like there's no
Yeah.
other reason why because I don't know. Like the way that I see it is like, especially like if you get a tattoo, I feel like you should, because, like, you know, it's like, okay, I'm going to get a tattoo. And if you put it here, like this on your hand,
Yeah.
maybe it's something you want to look at, whatever. But most of the time, fool, it's like, if you're putting on a tattoo for other people to see it, then is it really something you want?
Yeah.
Or is it you just want other people to see it?
You're like, no, ¿para qué se mire?
Yeah, para que
No, it's
fucking
even
pull out the
tatuado.
jainas.
Yeah.
Bro, and then the
But
jainas
that's
like,
just
oh,
played
mira,
out
ese vato
already.
tatuado. And dice, ¿qué tal la
That's
camisa? Oh, fuck.
Nomás la mano.
For real.
I'm like, what? This fool has a fucking dollar bill rolled up rose.
Oh, this ad?
On his fucking hand, dog. Or the famous F. Remember, everyone had that shit?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I see
The
those
Stars
shit.
and Stripes.
Yeah.
Fucking everyone had that.
Yeah.
F. I know like 4 motherfuckers that had that shit.
That's crazy.
Remember? Hey,
Trends are for
the trends.
have been like forever. They just no one really like called them that. You know?
But it's trends, fool.
Yeah.
Edgar haircuts.
Yeah.
There's 10 motherfuckers at the mall right now, as we speak, in the parking lot with that fucking haircut.
But it's because the shit is full. Like, you seen some fools really be looking ridiculous.
Yeah. You're
Like-
like, este güey ya tiene 40 años.
No,
güey,
not
todavía
just
tiene el
that.
fucking
But like the other day, fool, I was driving, and I'm not shit you not, fool. I was driving, and I look, and I see like 3 Edgars, fool, like all walking, fool, and I kind of look back. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with those fools, fool? Like, they were all like the exact same fool. They were all a little bit different height. Maybe like the clothes was just like a little bit different, but exactly the same.
Same outfit.
And the exact same walk. Like, they se cagaron. I was like, oh, sorry. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like a
For
little
real.
fucking
I was
walk.
like, go
Like,
change your
like
diaper,
hey,
fool,
you
what
supposed
the
to take
fuck?
a class how to be like that.
Honestly,
But
this
fool-
fool fucking got in sync.
I live by high school where you go, all the little kids look the same. You see them walking, and I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody has the same fucking outfits, same shit. I'm like, what the fuck? Nobody's like. Before fool, it was like, oh, do you have these fools? You have these fools. The stoner fools. Everyone, they always had a stoner. Fucking, oh, that's a stoner vatos. Where I grew up, little ass town, it was like they had the white
Where'd you
power fools, the white power kids.
No, but where'd
they
you
were
grow up?
racist in Ridgecrest, little ass town, in
Where's
the middle
that?
of the desert.
In California?
Yeah,
Oh,
when you're
no,
driving
no.
past Mojave, you know where Mojave Desert?
Yeah.
Fool, on California City, fucking Mammoth. When you're driving up to Mammoth,
Okay.
you see a little ass fucking speckle of fucking
Buildings?
shit right there. You're like, that's Ridgecrest.
Damn. And how's that shit like living in a small community?
It's little, fool. Well, it was way different than out here. You know, like
But how old were you when you moved out of there?
right after high school.
Hey, but that shit's like, cause like shit like that, you know, that's the shit that be coming out in movies and shit. Well, obviously it's real life too, you know. But I never
Yeah,
been there,
yeah.
so I see the
Yeah,
movies.
fool, it's
but
a
like,
little
but like,
town.
but like real shit, like type of shit, like you can't do nothing because everyone finds out.
Like everyone knows.
That's crazy.
Everyone
fool.
fucking knows. Dog, I go in town, they'll be like, hey, this motherfucker Tommy's here.
Here.
Fools are at the bar. What's cracking? Hey, it's like a reunion. You
That's
go to
dope.
Walmart, it's a wrap. Everyone's like, hey, what's up, fool? You haven't been here in fucking, what's up, motherfucker? It coolest fucking people ever, but everyone knows each other since you were little, fool. Like we were on the same bus, fool, every year, every day. You know these fools, you know, like, you know them, dog. Like,
And you didn't like it or what?
it was cool. I loved
But
that
so why'd
shit
you
growing
leave?
up. Well, because yeah, it was over. Like fuck, being in that little ass town, and we came out here.
But your whole family moved out.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
okay.
much. Yeah, we moved out here, and my sister had came. My brother moved out here, and I was the only one out there. And my parents moved out there because my brother was young, and that was ya se está metiendo la cholera, you know. Like
Okay.
they're like, no, ese güey me va a salir cholo. So my parents were like, let's move to Ridgecrest because this
Oh,
was gonna
that's
be a
crazy.
loc. He was already a loc, fool, 12, 11.
Yeah.
So they're like, nah, if he stays here, it's it.
You're older than you?
Yeah, he's my older brother.
Oh, okay.
And then so we moved to Ridgecrest, and that was it. I was in fucking first grade.
Sí se calmó, ¿verdad?
Yeah, well, you can't gangbang out there, but
That's
he
what
was
I'm
still
saying.
like
But
a
he was still
low.
great,
He
yeah.
was still bad. Like I remember my parents had
They're
to
like-
fucking come to TJ to fucking find my brother, dog. All crazy, fool.
For real?
Yeah, like he would disappear, and they'd be like,
Young.
he was 16.
Go to TJ.
Fucking 17.
people in
and
there were
my
like, "Where'd
dad
this
found
fool
him.
come from?
Hey,
Who
my
brought
my
this
brother
fool?"
tells the story. He's like, Dick, I was all fucking out of it. Fucking, and he's like, I was just in his fucking house in the back room. I don't know how the fuck my parents pulled up on me. Fool, he said he was asleep on the couch, and he's like, fool, my dad woke me up, and he was like, hey, ¿Qué
Some random
traes? And
house.
that fool was like, what the fuck? That's my dad. He looked at, he's like, hey, he's like, what the fuck? I'm in fucking Tijuana right now. How did you guys fucking find me
That
in
is
this
crazy.
little? But he's like, fool, I was in the cut hidden with fools. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, I was, a youngster. They fucking, fucking putting in work, whatever, crossing pounds or whatever. That's what he would do. He was a youngster, so they were like, I say what?
They're not gonna do it
How
until-
did he get into there? Because fools are. He's like, I don't know how the fuck my dad did it, but my dad fucking found him. I
That's
don't know who the
crazy.
fuck how he did it, but he's like, fool, I was in a little ass hut in Tijuana, fucking. Nobody knew where the fuck I was. Fool, my dad wakes me up and tells me, hey, get the fuck in the car, let's go. Like, what? He's all, fool, he's like, let me get my shit. He's all, fool, they brought me over and he had a pound in his fucking waistline. He's like, I had a pound of bud when they fucking crossed. I was with my aunt, my dad. He's like, I was in the car. My my aunt's talking shit to me. And he's like, I was just right there. And he's like, I crossed over and I had a fucking pound in my fucking waistline. I was like, fuck. And it was just fucking bad, just a bad kid, But it's like, I'm sure it would have been worse if he would have stayed here, But
Where were
yeah,
you
he
guys
was.
at? You guys were in East LA or no?
No, in Paramount.
Oh, in Paramount, okay.
And in Compton, fucking over there, fucking by the sands or fucking in the ghetto, like where shit cracks.
Yeah,
like
you know what's crazy?
Segundo and all that shit.
You know, right now that you said that, food, like, it's different because there's different type of ghettos, fool. Like, trip out, fool, like, because, like, I'm from East LA, right? And people are going to be like, oh, like, people be like, oh, from East LA, it's ghetto and shit. But, like, fool, we kind of have nice roads, fool. Like, we have fucking, like, potholes and shit, like, that are gacho. But, fool, I've been to streets in Compton, fool, where it's like you're in a rancho, fool.
Yeah, hey,
and I'm like,
for
my
real?
boy, the city don't come here? Like, what's up with this?
I seen that.
And
where
I'm
you're
like, what
this
the
is
fuck?
like
This is
Tijuana right
ghetto,
now.
fool.
or
Like,
some shit.
I'm like, yeah, fool. I'm like, this is ghetto, fool. I was like, I don't even live in the ghetto, fool. And then but then you go to Pasadena, and you're like, damn, I kind of live in the ghetto. But
yeah,
it's
you're
alright.
like, no, it is ghetto. No, dude, I'm telling you, but I've noticed that too, fool. I've been in some places where I'm like, hey, what the fuck? This is like straight up. I'm in Tijuas right now.
Yeah.
TJ,
Like
straight up.
La policía
The
no entra ahí.
people, the fucking everything. It's like,
Yeah.
damn, it's a trip. And I'm like, this is America?
Yeah,
you start thinking that shit. You're like, hey, fool.
I'm like, what the fuck? This
Yeah.
is crazy. Like,
And-
yeah, for sure. In some parts of like Compton, like the streets all fucked up. Like on there, all the cars are parked like on the sidewalk and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, fool?
Yeah, and fool, do how you say it, that people have different ghettos everywhere. We went to Philadelphia,
Yeah.
fool, and it's like there's this area where we were. And my homie's like, damn, why the fuck were you guys over there? And we're like, oh, we don't know. We were just trying to see what the fuck's up out here. He's like, dog, right there. He's like, it's the cops don't go right there. He's like, you're lucky you guys didn't get killed. He's like, people get killed right there and they don't find them. If they find them, it'll be like 3 days later, like, hey, there's this guy on the road. He's been there for like 5 days. He's probably dead, And we're like, for real? And he's like, yeah, fool. Like, we went and we parked our car and we were chilling. We were blazing it because we're like, where the fuck can we blaze it right here? So we went and chilled right there and we're like, oh, this looks like a chill little cut.
You guys drove over there?
And we drove. No, we flew there, but
Okay.
then we had a rental car.
But
and we were driving around.
you guys bought bud there, or you guys?
We got bud right there
Oh, okay.
from one of the homies
Oh, okay.
that lives there. And he has bud from here.
Oh,
We're
okay.
like,
Oh,
he
figure.
sells bud. He kills it out there, and we're like, hey, this fool's like, oh, hit up this fool. He has bud. We're like, cool. So we drove all far because we didn't know where we were. We're like, hey, where are you? He's like, damn, you guys are far. We're like, fuck it, dog. We need bud.
Yeah, we're gonna
going,
go.
dog. And we're out of
We
town
need that
anyways.
shit.
We ain't close. So we drove way out to him, and we got bud. And then we're just driving around, and then we're like, hey, chill in this little cut. Check it out. And we because we painted graffiti and shit. So we went out there to go paint.
Okay.
So we're trying to find cuts to go paint. But the homie's he's like, oh, you guys were right there? He's like, fool. We got out the car. We were blazing, and it was like 3 a.m, dog. And there was like an apartment complex, kind of like projects.
Right.
It was grimy, fool, but
Yeah.
we didn't know. And they're like, hey. And we're like, what the fuck? And they're like, what's up? And fool, like 10 fools were walking down the street towards us. We're like, what the fuck? I was like, hey, get in the car. Let's fucking go. And that's when we told the homie, like, hey, we were in this place and fucking we pulled up and we were chilling. We were blazing and fucking like 10 fools were starting like, hey. And they're like, yeah, dog, right there. You do not go. and it's by where like Meek Mill lives.
Right.
Where he used to live, where
Right,
he
right.
grew up. Is a Meek. He's like, oh, that's where the project. He's like, fool, they kill people all day right there. Like nobody comes out right there.
Yeah.
They're like, you're lucky they didn't steal your car or some
Yeah.
shit, kill you fools or whatever. You know, they don't.
Especially
give a fuck.
a rental, they're
Ruthless.
taking that shit.
But fool, the place it looked like crazy, like ghetto, fool. Like the streets and everything, it looked like abandoned, but it's not abandoned. Like the houses had wood and all fucked up, and people were coming out of them. I was like, what the fuck? People
That's
live right here?
crazy.
Just crazy ghettos.
Yeah, there's different. Yeah.
But yeah. And then my brother used to tell me, he's like, there's places in Compton, fool, where you go there, and if you're not there, those fools will blast you. And that's just like an
Wrong
everyday
car,
thing.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, innocent fool got shot, but it's because you shouldn't be right there, you know? He's like, everyone, you know, you're there to do something bad, dog. You know, if you made it to right there, you're there for
There's no-
something. So
yeah.
if they don't recognize you, you have the chance of getting robbed or whatever. They'll be like, where are you? Who the fuck are you? Blast you. It's ghetto. I'm telling you, fool, it's a different shit out here. But how was it growing up in East LA? Because a lot of fucking people don't know.
Well, I mean, it was.
Everyone thinks East LA.
was-
They're like, what is it? Fucking like blood in, blood out shit, or fucking what is it? It's like,
Well, because
what's-
it depends, fool. Because like everywhere you go, I feel like everywhere and anywhere you go, you can either grow up in the streets or you can grow up in a quote unquote house.
Yeah.
you know, either or a house that's fully involved in the streets. You know, whatever the case may be. But like for me, like no one in my family was like gang members. Like no one.
Yeah.
Like that shit wasn't like family straight from Mexico type shit, from a little ranchito. Like there wasn't even cartels there. Like now it's kind of dangerous, but like none of none of that shit, fool. So it was. I grew up kind of like with a peaceful family, but like my neighborhood was pretty hot.
Ghetto,
I was born in 2000, so when I was like fucking in the early 2000s, that shit was pretty hot. For like, I mean, I still remember. Like I remember like fools getting shot like down the street. Not that I saw them, but like I remember like, oh, fucking next house over, like the fool just got shot, and like that shit, they shut down the whole street and fucking, you know, the whole shit. You could hear the gunshots, all that shit. But me personally, fool, I was never really like getting in trouble. So
Yeah.
I never really felt the repercussions of all that shit. I wasn't really like fucking out dark and past dark, but when I was always. So here's the thing, I lived here, right? I lived in this street, and the fool, and there was like fools, you know, fucking my age, like when I was in middle school and shit, that were like fucking, you know, starting to get involved
Yeah.
and shit like that. But I wasn't kicking it with people around my house. I was never the type of, oh mom, I'm gonna go kick it with this fool
Oh,
down the
vas a
street.
lead down the street.
No,
Nah.
exactly, never. Hey, I'm gonna go with my primo. My primo lives like fucking like in East LA too, but on a like another side.
Yeah.
And fucking we would do skate, fool. Like we would fucking
Yeah.
skate, fucking shuffling, fucking all types of
Yeah.
shit like that. And his block, there was no cholos. There was one house where there were cholos, but they were all big, fool. So fucking, you know how like, I mean, yeah, you could like the younger fools could get fucking recruited by the older fools, but usually it has to be kind of like a younger fool to bring in the other younger fools.
Yeah, he started
You get-
kicking it,
Yeah,
and
and
then
then
you
you
start
kick it with their
chilling.
older brothers, blah blah. So there was never nothing like that where he lived. So that's where I would kick it. But like the fools were fucking where I lived, then fools were starting to get active and shit. But I wasn't around there.
Yeah.
So fucking, I mean, I remember one time fucking I was a kid. My mom used to take care of kids, like babysitter type shit. So fucking we were just one day at my pad fall was little food, like fucking like 11 in the morning type shit, food, like broad daylight food. And then we're just, and we lived in the back house. So we're just right there kicking it. Next thing you know, like there's a long ass driveway to go to the back, and we just hear loud ass footsteps. So we kind of see, and it's just this fucking cholo fool just running like towards us, fool, like straight, like directly at us, fool. And I was like, "Ay, ¿qué está pasando? ¿Quién es?" So she kind of just grabs everyone, like you know, like let's go inside. So homeboy's running, and the next thing you know, you just see like two cops running after that fool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that fool was like fucking like
Booking in for the cops.
bucket, yeah, but the thing is, our gate was open. And that's another shit too. Like you go places sometimes where they don't even have gates in the
Yeah.
house, and then that's how you know you're in a good fucking area.
Because they don't have gates?
Yeah, 'cause, like you've been to like a nice part of like for example like fuck, I don't know. Like if you go to fucking Beverly Hills and Hancock Park, fool, like those fools don't have gates.
Yeah.
It's just grass. You can literally walk from one grass to the other grass to another house.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna be breaking in type shit, you know?
Yeah.
That's why there's so many fences in the hood to like divide
The front, everyone has the whole front is all gate. And then the windows.
Exactly. Shit. I have
You
that
don't see
shit in my
bars
pad
on the
too.
windows.
Yeah. So our gate was open and that fool just fucking ran in and my mom just grabbed those. We ran inside. And homeboy fucking just like he kind of ran through the back and just jumped into the back house, and like fucking the cops for some reason I don't think they were able to jump. I don't know what, but they just like went back and shit.
They left them.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they kind of I guess they tried to fucking cut the corner in the car to see if they could go around the block, see if they could find that fool, but shit like that. I remember one time fool I was it was my mom and like one of my aunts and one of my cousins, and we were walking on Whittier fool by Salazar Park, and we're walking, and then I'm on a scooter, and then I was probably like fucking like 11 or some shit like that, and fucking I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go through the park. While my mom and my aunt are walking on the sidewalk, I was like, I'm gonna go through the park, fool. And I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to the scooter by myself.
The little sidewalk.
Yeah, through the
park.
park. Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to go see what's cracking right there. You know, I'm going, fool. And I just see like a group, like 10, 15 people, fool, like all fools. Like they look like 4 or 5 years older than me, like fucking like old, like fucking like way older. And there was a grip of them, fool. And then they're like, hey, give us your money. And I was like, Charles, my boy. I was like, first of all, I don't even have money. I was like, second of all, I'm about to get my ass beat, fool. So I just got on the scooter, fool. I just pedaled as fast as I could, fool.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they didn't chase me. I felt like they were just trying to see if I was going to fold and give them my money.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah, fool, I'm dipping, fool. So I just bucked it, fool. I catch up to him. I was like, damn, why you coming so fast? I was like, nothing. I was like, nothing happened. I was like, no, we're good.
I'm nervous.
Yeah, I was all fucking pale and shit. I was like, no, nothing. I'm about to throw up. I was like, all fucking shaking and shit. I was like, nah, nothing happened. And fucking, but yeah, like, fucking stupid shit, like, I don't know, like, stupid shit. Fucking, one time, fucking, I was with the homies, and then fucking, we were gonna dip. And I remember I had bud on me, fool. And we were going to a car meet. And I told that fool, you know what, fool? There's a lot of cops at the car meet. I'm going to put the bud in the trunk, fool, pop the trunk. And I didn't have a lot, fool, but I was like, but I was like 16 or 17 at the time. So I was like, yeah, fool. I was like, I don't want to be fucking having this shit. So I was like, pop the trunk, fool. So he pops the trunk and put it in the trunk. We get in the car, fool. We drive off. And then this fool, he's like parked on this side of the street. Right, this is like deep, like up the street from the Whittier sign, where it says Whittier Boulevard.
Yeah,
like literally up the street from there. Fool, this was parked, and then he turns around so we can go the opposite direction because the freeway's over here. So when he does that, when he turns around, like there's a car coming, and then that fool flashes a white ass light. And
cop?
Yeah. But we didn't know. We just saw a car coming. That fool flashes a white ass light, and my uncle's like my cousin. That fool like, what the fuck? My cousin like half blind, fool. Well, I forgot eye surgery already, but that fool was half blind. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like, hey fool. I was like, dip, fool. Like just dip, fool. That fool's like, why? And I was like, because it's a cop, fool. That fool's gonna pull us over. I was like, no, he's not. And I was like, what do you mean, fool?
Take off. He's like, just go, dog.
I was like, just go, fool. That fool's like, nah, don't trip. This was going to Oslo, and I was like, my boy. And then the fucking. And I was like, I fucking told you should have just gone, fool. I was like, for what, fool? Like, we're not doing nothing. I was like, I know we're not, fool, but like, dude, you should have just gone. Like, why do you want them to pull you over? Yeah. Like, and then fucking, so he pulls over, and then get out the car, blah blah blah. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, well, what you get? My uncle's like, my cousin's like, what did I do? My cousin. The thing is, my cousin, homeboy, kind of got nervous. Cause we didn't even know why they were pulling us over, but the thing is, so when he was driving, fool, when I saw the light flashes, this is why I told him drive off. I was reaching for the charger in the glove compartment.
Oh, he thought you were.
So homie caught me like this, you know, in the glove compartment, fucking with my head down and shit. So when he flashed the light, I kind of looked up and then I was like, oh fuck, I told that fool dip. I was like, just go, but no me hizo caso. So he fucking the cop. He just opens the door. He's like, where are you guys going? You see your driver's license? You know what? Get out the car, blah blah blah. And he just pulls him out the car, and I was like, what the fuck? And the homie's in the back too. You two get out the car, and they pulled me over last. They pulled me out last, and fucking I was like, fuck. That fool like that fool starts paying me like, what's up? And like where you from? I'm like, from right here, fool. That fool like, where you live? And I'm like, fool, next to my neighbor's house. And that fool like, fool, I'm asking you a serious question. I'm asking you a serious question. He's like, so then who do you stay with? That fool like, who do you stay with? I didn't say anything. I just took quiet. I was like, man, what the fuck? Like asking me who I stay with. I was like, what? So like, I'm asking you a question. And I was like, well, I don't want to answer. He's like, well, you're not being arrested. I said, exactly, fool. So then what the fuck is going on? That fool like, oh, well, we're just gonna search the car. Fool throws all three of us in the bag, fool. No handcuffs, nothing. They just throw us in the bag, fool. And then fucking search the whole car, fool. But the thing is, they never popped the trunk.
Yeah.
They never popped the trunk, fool.
Because I don't think they can.
They can't. Because you can't reach what's in the trunk. Like you don't have no access to it. So technically, there should be nothing there for them to have to like, unless they have reasonable. But there was nothing. The only thing I had was fucking zigzags, but that wasn't like, that's not enough, fool.
Yeah.
So
they'll fucking try to be dicks.
I mean, and the shit was, I was being a dick too, so I was kind of like, fuck, I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen right now, fool. But then that fool's like, all right, you guys can go inside. He's like, fucking go. There's the car. Like, I was gonna give you a ticket for tinted windows. I'm gonna give you a warning. Leave. And I was like, childish motherfucker, y'all some fucking bitches.
Yeah.
We're like trying to find something, but that's what my first instinct was like. Now, homie caught me fucking looking like this. Probably think I'm hiding some shit or whatever the fuck the case may be, you know?
Yeah.
So they fucking straight fucking pulled us over that time, fucking for bullshit.
Bullshit. You ever been busted for like for weed or anything?
Nah, nothing.
Like blazing it or fucking.
Nothing.
One time we were hotboxing a car down the street from my house. My homie picked me up and I lived by a park. And we're gonna go by the park. We're like, nah, it's a burn right there. Just park in the neighborhood at some random house. I don't know why we didn't just park outside my fucking house, but my parents, you know. And then we were hotboxing the fucking car, big, like we were fool. It was crazy hotbox. And then there was a car passing. And I told him, I was like, hey, I think that's a cop. And my homie's like, you're tripping, fool. And then woo, the fucking light, the spotlight goes right to our car. Exactly. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, dog, it is a cop, fool. He just comes up to the fucking car to the front.
It up, yeah.
I was like, damn, fool. But it was so smoky in the car, like exaggerated, dog. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know why the fuck we hotbox so big time. And the cop comes up to the window and he's like, hey. Fool, and it was just like a movie, dog. We fucking rolled down the window. I was like, fuck. I rolled down the window and all the smoke went into his. And he was like, oh, he's like, what? He's like, are you serious? And I was like, hey, you knocked on a window. And he's like, what the hell's going on? Why are you guys smoking? Why are you guys smoking in a car like this? You know what's going on? We're like, fuck, we didn't have nowhere to go. We fucking parked right here. He's like, dog, he called his partner. He's like, this shit was like a Cheech and Chong movie right now. Did you see that fucking shit? And his partner was laughing. And then he's like, what's going on, guys? We're like, hey, look, I live down the street. I fucking don't want to be smoking in front of my house. So we came here. He's like, well, now he's like, it's looking bad for you guys. He's all scaring the shit out of us. He's all right. What do you guys have? We're like, nothing. We just have this blunt. And fucking scared the shit out of us. Told my homie, he's like, we weren't underage. We were like 18. And, he fucking scared us. My homie, I think he gave my homie a ticket for no license plate in the front of his car. And then he fucking left the fucking weed and the blunt right there for us. Like right on the hood. He's like, all right, get out of here. He's all smoking in front of your own house. And then we're like, all right. And fucking he was cool and he let us go,
if he
dog.
said that probably means that fucking one of the neighbors called.
I think that's what it was. She was like, hey, there's these two fools fucking smoking hotboxing right in front of my house.
Yeah.
But dog, it was like the most fucking like just grip of smoke. Fool. We had, I don't know why the fuck we did that, but you know how back in the day, fools wanted a hotbox.
Yeah, like fucking, I'll be putting up to my homies pad, and I'll be like, hey, fool, like sometimes we're blazing it outside, and then I'll be like, hey, let's blaze into the car. He'll be like, so then just pull into the driveway. Yeah. And I'll pull up into the driveway. No one's gonna fucking say nothing. No one's gonna fucking, who's gonna come? You know, fucking, we fucking hotbox that shit in the driveway. But yeah, fool, I mean, growing up, fool, honestly, fool, in East LA, I would say it's pretty cool.
And when did you start blazing it?
I was young? I was a quote unquote, to me, I think a late bloomer. For I was like 16.
Dick, that's young.
Nah, fool.
That's a late bloomer. He's like, yeah, I'm like 12. No, but hey, but for real, because
12.
fools are like in 6th grade. I fucking smoked weed in 6th grade.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't
I
until,
remember
until
we
I was
smoked
until I was like in 11th grade. So that's pretty late because motherfuckers were smoking in middle school.
Yeah.
like chiefing it in middle school and shit. So to me, I was like, I'm kind of late to the train.
Yeah.
but I'm kind of glad I was a little bit late to the
Dog,
train.
I remember in 6th grade, I fucking smoked bud. My brother, he fucking doesn't know till this day that I stole that fool's bud. So he's fucking, if he listens to this, he's finding out, hey, my brother, some fool sent him bud from like Oregon. And my brother had a grip of bud. He sent him, I don't know fucking how much, but he had a grip. And I remember I told my friends, I was like, hey, I can get weed. My brother has weed. They're like, well, let's do it. And fucking, we'll stay the night at Evans. My homie, and he's like, his parents are going out of town. So we're little kids thinking bad shit already, planning. 6th grade, for real, dog. And we fucking went to his house, and I stole the weed from my brother, and we went to that fool's house, and we blazed it. Fool, we got so fucking high. We were little ass kids, dog, and we were taking GTs. You know what GTs are?
Gravity.
With the fucking bucket and
with
the
the
2 liter.
shits?
The 2 liter.
Oh,
It's like a 2 liter, the water, and then you pull that shit
But
up.
that shit like straight fucking.
Bad. We're little kids, fool, and we did that shit, and we got so high, we fucking got scared, and I called my we let it calm down, and then I just called my I don't know if it was my dad or who, but I was like, hey, I gotta go home. Come pick me up. We left, and then the next day I still had that bud, and then we went to the house, and my friend got caught. His mom caught him, and he didn't go to our school for 2 years until we went to high school. We seen him and we're like, hey, what happened to you? And he's like, man, remember that day? We're like, fuck, it was like crazy. And we didn't see him for 2 years. And when we were going to high school,
well, the house probably the
mom pulled him out of school and fucking, I don't know, they sent him to some place. Well, we're like, fuck, he was like a good ass kid, dog. Like,
but was it because like the house smelled?
We were. No,
is that what the family? Or?
He's like that. We left everything in the garage because we were high, fool. We got all tripped out. And we left everything in the garage.
Saw the gravity
and the mom came in like, "What the fuck is going on here?"
In my garage and shit.
Yeah, dog. She's like, "What is this?" And we're 6th grade kids, you know. And I'm like, hey, "Where the fuck? How did I know how to do GTs and shit already?"
Crazy.
I remember one time too. I got high. And I was like 12 or 13. I was at my cousin's house, right here in Southgate, and I lived in Ridgecrest. So I would come in the summers. In one of those summers, I was chilling with my cousins in Southgate, and they had a neighbor that some fucking cholo bullet, and he fucking. I would get high with him, and now I'm thinking like, why the fuck would this fool? I was 12, dog, and he was probably 20 or like 18 or some shit. And he would be like, you want to take bong rips? And I'll be like, yeah, fool. And I would be taking bong rips with that fool all high. And I remember my aunt, she's like, hey, what are you doing? Come over here. And she's like, your mom's on the phone. I was like, fuck. I was all high, fool. And I looked at my aunt. My aunt looked at me like, hey, you're fucking high? Fuck. I went to go, I was all talking to my mom, all scared and nervous. And then my aunt, she's like, hey, you can't be hanging out with him like that. Like, that's not right. I know what's going on over there. And I was like, no. I was all crying. I was scared. No. I was like, no, but dog, I remember being a little kid getting high. But fool, in 6th grade, I started fucking blazing it. Didn't blaze it until I think like high school, fucking 9th, 10th grade. That's when I started blazing it again. And fucking, we were like the fucking stoner kids, but not stoners. But we would smoke more than the fucking stoners probably, but we'd kick it with everybody. Because, fool, in that little place, you knew everyone.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But we would go in high school, next door to the high school, there was like a big-ass creek. Like, it was like a fault line that we didn't know. We thought it was a creek, but it was like a big-ass fault line, and we would cross, like, you could walk down there.
Though? A fault line?
A fault?
It's like broken shit?
Like a crack in the ground. Yeah, fool, from like an earthquake or some shit. And we would go and fucking kick it right there. It was like a cool little creek, and we would call it Sherman's Creek. And we would go down, we would climb down, and we would blaze it. And one time, fucking, we were right there blazing it, but nobody knew about that little fucking cave spot because it was just a crack in the ground. But we would walk down, and there was like a little, like where the dirt was like this, and then it had like a little fucking indented, and you could stand right here and chill. and we would kick it right there and blaze it. And one time, the teachers and everyone, you could hear them walking. They're like, there's who the hell would be right here? We could smell it, but where is it? Like, there's no way they could be in the fucking creek, like in the crack. And we were right there, dog. We could hear them talking.
Oh.
And fucking, we got so high that day, and we were hiding, fool. And we're like, we're not gonna go back. We fucking fell asleep, dog. Yeah, fool. We were in the middle of the desert, not in the middle of the desert, but in the desert next to the school, and right next to the school. And we fucking fell asleep right there, dog. Woke up, all fucking, it was already after school and shit. We're like, what the fuck happened? Being high as fuck. Just little kids. Bad, fool. I used to be bad, fool, since I was little. Were you a bad kid or no? You were a good ass kid.
I was a good ass kid.
Yeah?
No, not a good ass kid. I'm not a good ass kid, but I wasn't like bad. Cause
Did you have silver teeth?
not full on silver teeth.
I had the whole grill.
Oh, I believe
Bottom,
you.
top. Sick, fool. Yeah, fool, silver teeth up. Little ass kid.
Nah, I remember fucking. First time I took an edible, that shit was crazy.
Yeah?
We went to a car meet.
What happened?
And fucking, I kind of blacked out, fool. Like, so homie was like, oh, I got I'm sure you heard of them, fool. Like the Corova edibles, like they're like 1,000 milligrams.
Nah.
There were some brownies, fool. They were 1,000 milligrams.
The brownies are always.
Oh my god, fool. But there was 1,000 milligrams, fool. Like, we'll just split it. Oh no, I lied. It was 500. It was 500 because he told me let's split the 500. Yeah. So we split the 500, but I had never ate an edible. I had been smoking for probably like a month, but mind you, a couple hits off of an apple like on the weekends type shit, you know. So if like let's split it, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, you know, I heard edibles are cool, they're gonna be fun. I was like, let's do it. So we do it, and then I was like, oh, you fools wanna go to a car meet, blah blah blah, and I was like, let's go. I was fucking, I think like I was still like 16 at the time, so fucking we go, and then next thing I know, I just kind of feel like we're on the freeway, and I just feel like my eyes kind of start closing. And I tell the homie, I was like, fool, the homie was in the back, the one that took the edible, that shared it with me. The other homie was driving, and I was like, fool, I think this shit's hitting me. They're like, yeah, I think me too. So we get to the car meet, fool. It was the first time at a car meet, fool. So I didn't know what the fuck was I didn't know what was going on. So I get there, fool, and there's a bunch of cars. I'm fucking paid. I was like, damn, fool, a car's bad.
It's
fool.
like a car show?
Yeah, it was at an In-N-Out, fool. And there was a bunch of fools with modded up cars fucking parking there, fool, but at a night, fool.
Yeah.
And it was just a flyer on Instagram, you know, a bunch of sick ass cars, you know, like fucking come through, park and chill, whatever. So I go for and we go, and there's like fucking, you know, like Chargers and Camaros, fool. Mind you, I was 16, fool. I fucking motherfucker taking bus the whole life. So I was like, damn, these cars are fucking sick as fuck, you know. Fucking colors and this and that, Hellcats and all this shit. And I'm like, damn. And next thing I know, I hear a sirens, fool. And then the helicopter. And so that means that the cops came to kick these fools out. So what happens when the cops come and kick these fools out? These fools start getting crazy, fool. So next thing I know, cars start revving, fool. But loud, fool. Like those cars are loud as fuck, fool. Now I'm faded, fool. And I just start hearing vroom, vroom, vroom all over the place. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck is going on right now? My heart starts racing, fool. I hear sirens. I hear the helicopter. And I was like, yo, what the tripping? Gotcha. I was like, what the fuck is going on, fool?
Tripping out.
Because my shit was we're supposed to go see cars. Yeah. Chill, record them. We're finna get in the car and dip and go home.
Yeah.
These fools start fucking burning out. They start revving loud as fuck.
Like,
there's sirens all over the place. I'm faded out of my mind. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck, fool? The helicopter's coming. And I was like, where do I go? Before I turn around, my homies, they all ran, fool.
Yeah.
Because most of these fools, when the cops come, they just run to the car and dip to the next spot. And then fucking when the cops get there,
like in Fast and Furious.
Exactly. So these fools like left, and I'm like, what the fuck? Fool? I'm faded as fuck, and I'm standing in a curb, fool, and I'm like, damn, the cops are coming, fool. I don't want them to get me because they're gonna know I'm faded.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck,
already tripping.
I'm fucking tripping. And then I'm in a little curb right here, fool. And there's cars right here, and there's cars right here, fool. And they're all fucking burning out, revving. And I'm faded, so I'm like, fool, if I get in front of one of these cars, fool's gonna run me over. I'm gonna die, fool. Like, I'm tripping. I'm balls, fool. Gotcha, fool. So I'm like, fuck, what do I do? And as I'm thinking this shit, fool, I kind of start coming in and out, fool. Like, I just start seeing black, fool.
No.
Yeah, fool. And then I don't even remember the rest of the night, fool.
Serio? What did they tell you anything? They're
no,
like,
well, we kept going to more. Well, the next day I saw videos. We kept going to more meets, to more spots, and I was recording. I was recording in the background. the next morning,
All
I heard him
fucked
all
up.
stupid. Fool. I was like, this fool sounds like a
Sick,
retard.
bro. You know, dude, give that fool a camera.
For real. I was like, who the fuck
Dog,
is this
I
record?
fucking been. I got high one time. I called my sister. I told her, I was like, "Hey, take me to the hospital right now."
Oh, is that-
I was like, hey, for real. She's like, "What's wrong? I'm on my way." I was like, "I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna fucking pass out. I don't know what's wrong. Please, please." And my girl's like, "You're tripping." She gets there. My sister's like, "All right, let's go." And then I was kicking her right there. And then my girl sees the fucking. She's like, "Hey, you just ate these edibles, like these whole fucking bags of candy. Do you remember that?" I was like, "Yeah." She thought it's the edibles. I was like, "Fool, I thought I was gonna fucking die, fool."
Yeah, that shit-
I was scared. Hey, fool, that's why edibles. I don't really fuck with edibles.
Nah?
Too much. Not because it makes me feel like I don't know. I just feel like
You know,
it's you thinking, and then you feel like, do I feel like I'm gonna pass out right now? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like you start questioning, and then that's what makes me fucking trip.
fuck yeah.
Like, you know what? Fuck it. I just rather blaze it.
I'm not gonna lie. I like edibles cause I feel like if you really want to get faded, there's only so much you can like smoke.
Yeah.
And like fucking, cause like fuck, like you could smoke, you know, but like you have to smoke for a long ass time and a lot of weed in a short period of time to
Yeah.
get hella faded. But and then like with the edibles, I feel like this shit gets you pretty fucked up. But I feel like sometimes I got to a point where like I don't know if it's just the edibles I was buying, but like fucking like once I started popping off, I was getting edibles from everywhere for it, and like they just weren't hitting.
Yeah.
They just weren't
No,
hitting.
well, that's what they say. It's certain ones. Because I've taken, there's like these pills that they give you, and they're like, each pill is fucking 50 milligrams or 100 milligrams. Fool, I've taken the whole jar. Fool, give me this shit, nothing. And then I've
I
done
got
that
some of
with
those
other
too. I
ones
got
where
some of
it's
those
like
too.
little one, it's like, 100. I'm like, this shit ain't gonna do nothing but shoot it. And I'll be like, oh shit, I'm fucked up.
Yeah, I
So
literally did the exact
it's
same thing.
iffy
Fool. I
with
bought
the
some
fucking-
pills because I was like, fuck, fool, I want to see what will happen if I just pop a pill in the morning, fool, and then just fucking go on my day, you know, fucking all faded as fuck. Like, she'll probably just be fucking chilling or whatever. Nah, fool, they didn't hit me. And I don't know if I want to get like an edible I was just going to smack. But then there's sometimes where I'm like, fuck, what if I eat it awful and then I'm too faded, fool?
No, well, if you get one, just stick to that one.
Yeah.
Because you know how fools always try different ones. It's like, fool, if you get one that hits, just that's it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know
run
that
with
that's
it.
the one. Like,
Run
let
with
me
it.
get that one.
Yeah.
Because if you keep trying, you're gonna get fucking. And lately, I've been getting too high.
Oh, really?
Fool, I'll be getting high, and I'll be like,
What you like joints? Or?
OG.
No, but you're like too
No,
small. Joints?
like bong ribs.
Bomb ribs. All right. Oh,
Because I can't,
bong
I
ribs get me
don't, I
faded as
can't
fuck.
chill and blaze. Only like if I'm,
With
say
time?
if I do like a live or some shit, or what, I'll roll a joint, and I'll talk, and I'll be blazing it. But really, to just sit there and blaze it, I'll just have like, I'll get a pie,
quick
or
one
a
and
fucking
go.
little bong rib. That's it.
Yeah.
But lately, I'll be high, and I'll be like, fuck, I'm fucking too high right now. I start
shit-
thinking about shit. I'm like, I'm high. Like,
Nah, that shit happened to me like not that long ago, and I haven't been smoking that much like bud. I haven't been smoking that much bud, cause like I have like a wax pen that they gave to me, but like the wax pens they kind of I'm not a big fan of them.
yeah.
When I was in high school, I was like every day like
That was the shit, huh? Everyone wants to
Fuck
fucking those
yeah.
pen. I see now. You know what I see now? Fools have is the vaporizers, but they're not weed. They're just like tobacco.
oh yeah like
Remember
like,
before
like,
they had
vapes.
the ones where fools
Yeah.
are doing fucking
yeah,
tornadoes and all that.
You know, it was crazy. I had one of those before I started smoking.
and
'Cause
they
I-
used to do the tricks and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Because I worked at the Santa Fe Spring Swami, fool.
Yeah.
When I was young, fool, and across the spot from my aunt's spot, there was this Filipino family.
Yeah.
And they sold vapes, e-cigs, all that shit, fool. You could put the juices, flavors, and whatever you want, so you can stop smoking.
The ones with the little cotton ball.
Yeah.
And then you
or they
fucking.
have, some of them called
and
cotton
you
balls,
have a
some of them
little-
have a wire or coil.
Yeah.
Some of them come with like pre-filled already, disposable type shit.
where you just push the button.
Flavors, yeah. Flavors and all big ass clouds and shit.
And you used to do tricks.
Not like crazy tricks, but yeah, fool. So what happened was I'll go over there and I'll be like, hey, let me try it. Mind you, like in my family, like, hey, no hagas eso, you know, no está bien, you know, like
Your aunt right there watching you.
yeah.
You're like, yeah, I gotta be down because my
what
aunt's right there,
happened,
fool.
I'll go and then she'll be like, all right, cool. So we'll go. They have a container, so she'll let me go into the container to try the flavors. Fool.
Yeah.
So I'll go across. I'll be like, oh, we're gonna go kick it over there with I think one of them the full name was Marlon. We'll kick it with Marlon. I was like, all right, cool. Cause they were cool, they were Filipino, and they were cool with my aunt too.
Yeah.
Like they would come in the morning, be like, oh, like good morning, like they'll talk to her. So they were cool people, and she would be like, all right, cool, go with them, like just go kick it, you know.
Yeah.
But like
swap meet life.
yeah, exactly. Fool.
That's a whole different world by itself too.
Fool, that shit's dope. That shit's sick, fool. So I would go and then fucking literally like just try different shit, and then eventually I was like, let me buy one, and like they would sell it to me because they knew me. Like anyone else would pull it up, obviously you have the ID. I'm gonna make sure you're 18, but like they knew me, so like, okay, fine, here, you know that one. And I'll be like, oh look, we got these new flavors. You wanna try here? You can have it. And so shit like that. So I was like, oh, so I had like a vape pen, fool, and I'll be like, I remember like I was fucking like, I don't know, fucking like 13, fool, 14.
Oh
with the
shit!
vape pen. Yeah, fool. Like yo, because I stopped going to the swap meet when I was 15, and before that I had like a whole year that I was going to a different swap meet. So I was like 13, fool.
And you guys would vend?
Yeah.
What would you sell?
Women's jeans.
Fool, we used to sell fucking jeans.
For real?
Yeah, my mom had a little puesto in fucking Paramount swap meet. My mom and dad were slaying right there.
What kind of jeans really?
Just like girl jeans, fucking the fucking one. You know where you would go and fucking buy the fucking wholesale shit.
Yeah,
and then fucking those and
we saw those brands like BQB and shit like that, like
Bebe, fucking the little cat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so we saw women's jeans, fool. That shit was cracking. That shit was fun.
Hey, that's a whole different world, huh? The swap meet world. Yeah, and then like the people I used to go, like when I first moved over here. Like before I even moved over here, I would go and I would work at the swap meet in fucking early in the morning, like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I would just walk to the swap meet and wait right there. And then the fools that are coming in, they'd be like, hey, I'll be like, what's up? And they would be like, oh, come, you could work with me. And I would help this man, and he would sell parts for cars, like accessories, fucking rugs and fucking mirrors and all that shit. Because those cars like the fucking those shits were hitting. So everyone wanted to get fucking carbon fibers, the fucking wing, and this. I would help this man sell those shits, and every morning he would be like, "Hey, come with me." I always wonder whatever happened to that fucking man.
That's crazy, fool. That's crazy. One time, fool.
The people you meet at the swap meet, and everyone has connections.
I know about this guy that like it's funny that you said that. I wonder what happened to the guy. Like I remember there was a guy that was at the swap meet that would just stopped showing up. And that fool gave my cousin a skateboard because that fool would sell skateboards. And my cousin was good at skateboarding. I was always kind of trash, fool.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't that good at skating, fool, because I was scared to fall, fool. Like that shit hurts, fool. I was like, nah, and I was chubby, fool.
Yeah.
So I was chubby, fool, and I would fall. One time, fool, I fell, gacho, fool. Like I fell, fool. I screamed my whole fucking body, fool. Like my hips was hurting, fool. And I just remember thinking, I was like, fool, I think I'm too fat for this shit, fool. Like I shouldn't be doing this shit, fool. I was like, fuck this.
One of my homies was a little fat fool, and he started skating. Now fool's all skinny now.
Oh, that's feasible. Cool. That's fucking sick. Hey, but I see some fat fools get down though. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If you it's practice. Like that's just literally practice.
Yeah.
Like the more you skate and commit to it. So homeboy was good and fucking that fool was like, oh, I have a skate shop. You know, I sell skate. He would sell skateboards there at the swap meet. He's like, I'm gonna hook you up with the skateboard. And he hooked him with the skateboard and blah blah. And like later on the line, like fool start showing up. And then like a couple months later, like, oh, that fool passed away. You know, like
no way.
Like, yeah. Like you know, like cause like. For example, like homeboy, like there'll be like one fool from the swap meet, like they don't get along with everyone, you know, but they get along with like 2 or 3 people.
Yeah.
And they have their phone number and they talk, and then that person gets along with like 2 or 3 people. So like you know the word spread around, like, oh, homeboy said that his wife said that if that fool passed away, you know, type shit. And fucking I was like, damn, that's crazy. And then some other fool too, some Vietnam, no, so I think that fool was Vietnamese or Filipino. That fool selling lawnmowers, fool. That fool name was Panchito, fool. That fool smoked cigarettes like every 2 minutes, fool. Like crazy, fool. Like that fool was like that. And that fool was cool as fuck.
He was Korean, man?
No, he was Vietnamese or Filipino, one of the two. But that fool was
fucking sit down all
that
sick
fool was
and
short.
smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
Sick.
On the lawnmower, fool, like this. Fool was fucking his cigarettes, fool. And I was like, sick as fool, fucking. And then we found out fool passed away too. Fool, I'm sure from lung cancer. I don't know, fool, but that's just crazy.
Yeah, hey, dog, you see some fucking weird ass shit at the swap meet.
Hey, fool, I'm not gonna.
What's some weird shit you seen right there?
Hey, some weird shit.
And even like where you're like, what the fuck? Just ghetto people that walk through the swap meet. You know what I don't like going for is the Callejones.
Why?
You ever been to Callejones?
I've been to Callejones, but I haven't been in a while.
Because you always see some weird shit right there.
Because it's because the shit.
And then there's that man that has, you know who I'm talking about? That he has like a big ass foot.
Who?
There's like this man with big ass feet, like this big, fool.
Really?
Yeah,
Where?
it looks weird, and he has a hand
¿A
that's
los
like that too.
callejones?
Yeah, I always felt every time I go, when I was because
I
I would
used
go
to-
when I
I'm
was
not
a
gonna
little
pass by
kid, and I'd be like, oh shit, I'd get all scared. And my
when I
aunt
was
thought,
a
no
little
te
kid,
le quedes
there was this
mirando.
fool-
I'm like, fuck.
There was
I would
this fool
always trip for
that
I
would
was like,
clean food with like a fucked up hand like that. That shit would creep me out too.
yeah.
fool.
But it kind of no, but this one was it was weird, fool, because I had a big ass hand, fool, but his hand was like this big, dog.
Oh
Like, his fingers were
shit.
like that. And his on his feet too, and I was like, I remember the first
scary,
time I seen
fool.
it, I got all scared, dog,
Yeah.
and I was like, I told my aunt, ya no me traiga aquí. I
Yeah.
never want to come here again. Fool, getting a bootleg, remember bootleg everything,
Oh yeah.
bootleg DVDs, fool. I
We
would
used to
have
sell
all the
bootleg. We used to
movies.
sell bootleg movies. Oh, we used to sell bootleg. It's funny you say creepy shit or whatever the fuck. We used to sell bootleg movies, fool. And we used to like Blood In Blood Out, fool.
Yeah.
Fucking Bajo la misma luna type shit, like fucking
Sick,
yeah,
fool.
sick ass movies, fool. El
8 Mile.
infierno, fool. El infierno, fool. Fucking
The Mexican movies.
Yeah, fool. Fucking the rescatando Soldado Pérez.
What
and all
about the
that shit.
Jaripeo movies?
Yeah,
remember
all that
fools had
shit.
those
Yeah.
with the fools and the bulls.
Yeah,
And it was
some
like
fool
Faces
the
of
fucking
Death, but the
shaky-ass-
rodeo version.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah,
They would die and shit.
Yeah.
The crazy ass, skinny ass bulls. Oh, fucking.
Yes.
The skinny ass bulls, huh?
Yeah,
You seen that?
so there was a bunch of Asians that would come for. Hey, you guys have porno movies? Straight
No.
up. For I was like 13. Why the fuck you asking me
Yeah,
that
you're
shit,
like,
dog?
what the fuck?
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? fool? I didn't even know what that was. Fool. I was like, what do you mean? No, I think I didn't know what that was. I was like,
But you're like, hey.
so I was like, hey, my boy, like. I fool was all old, all fucking like it would be like the old grimy Asian guys, fool, and
Yeah.
I'll be like, I was like,
nasty ass old man.
and then
You go-
eventually we got like a couple, fool.
and then you're like,
And I-
no, well, they're asking for them, so let's get some, eh?
I'll be looking at the cover and
You're-
shit, boobies and shit. I was like, God damn.
You're
fool.
looking.
Like, no wonder these fools watch this shit.
Fool, I remember in the desert, because fool, I grew up in a little kid, and fucking what you would do is go out lizard hunting in the desert. Like, that's what you would do. Fool, where I lived, you would walk out and it was dirt road. Fucking right here was the desert. Behind me, everywhere around was just desert, fool. I would walk like to the bus stop, and it was just appeared walking through the desert. But like creosote bushes, and you'd fucking see lizards, and in the morning you would see fucking rabbits and shit. But that's what we did, fool. Our thing when we would go lizard hunting. And fool, when we first moved there, me and my brother, the one of the kids, he's like, hey, you guys want to go lizard hunting with us? We're like, yeah, fucking, what the fuck is that? They're like, oh, we're gonna go and we catch lizards, and you catch them and you could keep them or you could let them go. And me and my brother were like, well, cool. So we caught like 10 lizards and we kept them. And we're like, oh, let's make a
Those are
fucking
fast, no?
yeah, fool. But you would have to. We're little kids, dog. Sick ass little
You were
fools.
like, we
You
were
would get
faster.
down, that fool would move, and you would just catch them, you know. And we were straight catch lizards all day. The iguanas, the desert iguanas,
Damn.
big. There were some cool
And you
ass
could sell those
lizards.
shits too, no?
Well,
You didn't know at the
We
time,
didn't
yeah,
know,
but
yeah,
you
all
catch
day.
those shits, you
we
go
would
sell
catch
them?
horny toads, like badass ones. And you ever seen that? A horny toad? It's like a lizard that looks kind of like a frog almost, and it has a whole bunch of spikes everywhere.
Oh shit,
All
nah.
over his body, and then those shits they spit out fucking
Venom and shit, or poison?
like blood out of their eyes. Like if there's like a predator,
Like defense.
yeah. One of their defenses is they throw fucking blood out.
That's
their
crazy
eyes.
how animals have
That shit gets in your
defenses,
eye and
fool.
you go blind. Like say a dog or whatever, they taste it and it fucking
Los
it makes them go
pendeja.
crazy. They let them go and they run away. And there's lizards. There's these lizards called chuckwallas, and they go in between rocks. And you know when you're trying to get them, they puff up, like they fill themselves up with air. So if you try to grab them, you can't pull them
stuck
out.
in the rock.
They're in between the rock and they just pull up. They just puff up,
That's
and you can't pull them. They're called
crazy.
chuckwallas. They're mean. They'll bite you. They're fucking mean ass lizards. Pretty
That's
crazy.
the straight learned about lizards hunting them.
Yeah, fool. And there would be rattlesnakes and gopher snakes and all that, you know? Random. But that's
That's
the desert
crazy.
life, growing in the desert. Well, what was that? Oh, the lizards. Me and my brother caught these lizards, fool, and we caught like 10 of them, dog. And we're like, oh, we're going to fucking keep them. So we filled up a trash can, but it was those tin metal ones with fucking a grip of dirt, dog. Fucking all the way to, we left like this much from the top. And we threw the lizards in there. And we're like, cool. We fucking threw lettuce. Dog, we came back like an hour later, fool, and they were all dead. We're like, hey, what the fuck? Fool, we cooked them.
Oh.
Cause it was fucking, they were in straight hot, like fucking sand and in a metal fucking trash can. Those shits died, dog. We're like, fuck. And I was like, damn. So we didn't do that. And then the last time that I was lizard hunting out there, me and my homie were chasing this big ass lizard, and it went into a hole, and we're like, this is the biggest fucking iguana we've ever seen.
Oh shit.
We're gonna cast this fool. So we started digging the hole with the shovels where he was at, and we're digging, and then the side of the where we were digging, the dirt started moving. We're like, oh shit, it's right there. And fool, it fell, and like 1,000 lizards came out.
Shit.
It was like where they're hibernating.
Like, yeah.
And fool, they fucking just all ran all crazy, and we just threw the shovels. We were bugging it. Oh,
you guys got
shit.
scared of them?
It was so much.
You're
dog,
like this shit.
and then that was it. No more lizard hunting. After that, I was like, that's it. No more fucking lizards. But yeah, dog, growing up in the desert, it's a whole different world from out here. Like,
that's dope. I feel like that's better though. That's better than fucking, especially the kids right now fucking growing up out here.
Yeah, dog, it's nuts. But we're gonna go into commercial.
All right.
Let everybody know what keeps the wheels rolling. Check it out.
Like any success story, Suavecito started with a dream to open up a hot dog spot. We started selling our homemade Suavecito at local barbershops and car shows to the people that we knew would love it most. They demanded more, so we made more. Fast forward 12 years and millions of happy fans and friends later, we still use the same formula at an affordable price. We believe that great hair starts at the roots, our community. And nothing builds community like looking our best together. Suavecito is more than just pomade and top-shelf grooming products. It's who we are and who you could be. Because when you feel good about yourself, people notice. Ready to transform your hair game for good? Click the link and pick up some of our award-winning Superior pomade and help us get one step closer to opening that hot dog spot. Suavecito. Get it, hombre.
What's up, everybody? And we're back. Coming back right here, we got the Dove Guy telling us stories. We went over everything that's going on. A little bit I want to talk about is everything that's crazy in the fucking news right now, dog.
What's up with
We're in
news?
the fucking third week of the fucking January, and so much shit has happened. The Pope. Fuck, the Pope died, dog. Did you know
the Pope
that?
died?
The Pope died.
Nah.
Yeah, fool.
Nah, fool,
I
don't
seen
watch
it.
the news, fool.
Dog, that's why me neither. I don't ever watch the news. I just watch YouTube, and I fucking see. I that's what it is. But on YouTube, everything crazy comes out. But yeah, the Pope died. I was like, the Pope didn't die. I looked it up. That fool died.
So what happens now?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so what happens? It's the other guy.
Oh, the old Pope died. Oh, not
What?
the
I thought that fool. I thought the Pope was fucking
Pope until he died.
Yeah,
That
and
makes
then
sense.
they bring in a new one.
Homeboy
So
just-
the
homeboy
old
retired.
Pope died.
That fool retired, and then he died once he retired. Right.
And then there's that. The new one is that little weird looking one. What's his name?
Oh, that's a tough question, bro.
No, Benedict died. Pope Benedict died.
Pope Francis.
And then Dick on his funeral.
Right.
And on his funeral, fool, that fool's in the middle of the church, fool. Out, not even in a casket, fool. He's just laying in the middle of the church, fool. I was like, what the fuck is that? And fool, mad people, dog, from everywhere, all around the world, went to go see him.
Yeah, fool.
But yeah, he's just in the middle of the church, fool, G'd up. They dressed him up, just kicking it, like laying down. I'm like, what? They
That's crazy, fool. They didn't even put a
crazy,
bed.
dog. And yeah, I thought it was a new pope. So okay, so there's another pope.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, that pope, that man that died, Benedict. So the new pope is which one is he? Because I thought
think it's Pope
Benedict was the
Francis.
last one.
Nah.
Because there was that other one
Pope
that died.
Francis sounds familiar, fool.
And then fool, when I don't know the story, but how they pick a pope, it's like they have this like the smoke that comes out. You see? Do you know about that, Modesto? And then fucking if it comes out black or something, that fool's the one. Yeah, if it comes, it's like the
Serio?
smoke comes out white,
So
and
smoke
then,
from
and then
where?
if it changes color, that means we got a new pope now. That's how people know that there's a new pope by the black smoke. They're like, oh, we've elected a new
But the
pope.
smoke of what?
It's like smoke from something, some like chimney or something that they have. Yeah, where he's at, it's weird. It's on some weird stuff. It's pretty crazy, dog. All that stuff, but yeah, fool, the Pope died, and then Elvis's daughter died, Lisa Marie.
Elvis
Fool.
Presley?
Yeah, his daughter, his only daughter, he only had one kid. She died yesterday.
And she has grandkids. No, she has kids.
She has a kid, but her kid killed himself like in 2018.
Oh.
No, in 2008.
So that's it.
It's it. And that's why I'm like, fool, like 3 days before that,
that's
she was at the
crazy.
Golden Globes. She was
What
at the
happened to her?
Golden Globes talking about the movie that they made of Elvis, because they just made a documentary. Not a documentary, a movie about his life.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, oh, it's a great movie and all this. She was on there talking. She kind of looked a little out of it. Like, you're like, hey.
Wait,
I think
homegirl killed herself too?
No, she
Oh.
had a heart attack.
Oh,
But she looked kind of like
sick. Like,
she's 54, fool. She looked like she was like on, I don't know if she was drunk or what, but she looked like something's going on there. And then she ended
ended
up
up
dying,
54?
dog. She died yesterday. I was on, and then boom, because I'm on YouTube. I'll watch it, and then it said, fucking Lisa Marie is headed to the hospital, cardiac arrest. I was like, damn. And then like an hour later, it looked another one, and it's like, boom, 2068 or 1968 to 2000. I was like, what? She died? Crazy. Like, she just died, fool. Out of nowhere. And then,
people be dying all the time.
and then all the other stuff that's going on, like the fools that kill their wives. Like
Ooh.
there's a fool that he some lady's missing, and then her husband didn't report her missing, and then the homies reported her missing, and then the husband's like, oh yeah, she's missing. And then he told the cops, oh, I don't know, this would happen. So they arrested him for misleading them on what they're, what they were trying to
Investigation.
find. So they arrested him, and then they started bringing up all this stuff on this fool. Like, he tried to sell some paintings, some Andy Warhol fake paintings for like $3 million, fool, and
I
he
was a
got
con
caught.
artist.
He got caught. So he's on house arrest right now, and that fool's he might go to jail for that, or he has to pay all this feria for selling that painting. And then they caught him throwing away trash like an hour away from where they live. And then what they found in the trash was a hatchet and a gang of cleaning supplies and a rug with a gang of blood on it. So they're like, dog, he did it, So he's in jail right now. They're investigating. They still haven't found her. They're doing all this.
I
But
want
I'm
to
like,
cut her up. How you gonna find
dog,
her?
but I'm like, fool, why do fools do that, dog?
I don't know, fool.
Remember back
Hey,
in the
trip
day?
out. One time, fool, I saw some video. Hey, fool, that video was fucking crazy, fool. Like, there's some videos that shouldn't be on the internet type
Yeah.
shit, fool. Like, so this is fool. That fool opens the door, and then there's this hyena getting fucked by some vato, fool. Like, straight up, fool. Like,
Oh, I seen
and
that
fool
in the
stabs
hotel.
Both of them.
I seen that in a
No,
hotel,
but it
and then
looked
that
like a
fool,
hotel.
the fool
he stabs
runs
him,
out.
he runs out, and that fool fucking
and then
stabs the
but
female.
the wife. I think
Yeah.
I showed you that video
No,
at
they
George's.
uploaded. I don't know who uploaded it. Did you upload it?
I
don't
no,
know
I
who
didn't upload it,
No,
but
saw
I
on the
got
internet.
it.
No, I saw it on the internet. I was on my feed, and then later on I went to go look for it, and it got taken down.
Crazy.
I was like,
I know. At first,
Chales.
my homie sent it to me, and I seen. I was like, "Oh shit, what the fuck
Ah,
is
you
this?"
too. I was like-
"Who is that?" I was like, "Is that?" I was like, "What is that? Who is this?" And then at first, it's a video. You're thinking it's like, "Oh, it's maniac." You're like, "Oh shit, what's going on here?" And then you just see the fool come in. You're like, "Oh, what's happening?" And then, dude, out of nowhere, huh? He just starts stabbing her. Ta 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 ta.
but it's 'cause
And
he
then
stabbed the
fool-
guy, fool. So he stabs the guy, but the guy manages to run away. So homeboy's mad as fuck, so he stabs the girl. But to me, first of all, I'm gonna say this. I don't care who gets mad. Like that fool's gonna go to jail, right? Obviously, or probably
Yeah.
he's probably killing himself. Or I don't know what the fuck he did.
He's going to jail.
Yeah, he's going to jail. But like, homegirl was fat as fuck. Why you gonna go to jail for a fat ass bitch, dog? Like,
Dog,
what the fuck?
He just, what is it? Crime of passion.
That's crazy.
For his whole life, he was like, "Dog, this fucking he loved her, eh? I don't care what she looks like, she's mine."
Yeah, but now she's dead, so she's not
so
yours.
it's like, no, but hey, I'm telling you, motherfucker, snap.
Like,
But
don't get me wrong. Obviously, you stabbed that fool. He's fucking your girl, whatever the fuck. Or I get, but even that, like, if you want, go for it. But homeboy didn't stab her though. Homeboy fucking cut her like,
yeah, fool.
bah, 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 and then it stopped.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell's going on? Like, hey, and he had time to think about what he was
Yeah,
gonna
he
do
had time
because
to
he
stop.
broke
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
It wasn't like
He had the knife
It
ready,
wasn't like,
no.
oh, they showed like it's a video of their bedroom and he comes in and he's like, hey, I'm getting home from work.
Yeah.
What the fuck? No, it was like this fool kicked the door in.
He knew
what
what
the
was
fuck's
going
on?
because there was probably like a car or some shit outside, whatever the fuck the case may be. Like he
Crazy
knew what
shit.
was going on.
But like, well, I always trip out like on the news, like fools that they'll kill their girls for like their insurance money.
Oh, that's
Like
crazy.
that fool Scott Peterson. There's a fucking show now. Back in the day, this fool Scott Peterson, this fool was like a smart fool, cool guy, whatever. Happy marriage. His girl, his girl was pregnant, fool, and he killed her because he wanted to be with his new girlfriend, and he wanted to have the money from this girl because she had money, like her parents were rich and shit. So he wanted to get her money, and even her parents were like, Scott doesn't have nothing to do with this. We need you guys to respect him, and you're making him seem like an animal. He's a great person. We love him.
Yeah.
Fool, he killed the dog.
Fool got convicted?
Yeah, they found him. He killed the lady. She was pregnant, dog, and he wanted to be with his new girlfriend, and they have conversations of him like the next day, dog, of when he killed his wife, and he's talking to the girl. He's like, hey, what's up? She's like, hey, what's going on? But the cops already knew, like, hey, this fool is a suspect, so we need you to talk to him like if it's normal.
Regular, yeah.
So this fool was like, cool, I'm going to talk to him like, she's like, I'm going to talk to him normal. So she's like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, hey, what's up? You ready? We're going to go out of town. Just making sure, like, fool, like nothing happened, dog. So this fool did that so he could get the insurance money and stay with his girl. But it's like, fool, these fools don't think, dog. Like you don't think about anything. Like, hey, dog, it's not, fool. It's crazy how these people really think it's like, oh yeah, I really thought I was gonna get away with it. And it's like, no, you're not, fool. Who do you fucking? How do you think that? And they're like, no, they found him. He almost got away with it, but they ended up finding him. He's busted now.
Damn.
Still in jail forever, dog. Like, what the hell? It's a trip. Like the people that go crazy for like, but it's like that's the shit that's on news right now. That man, who I'm pretty sure he ended up killing his wife. They still don't know. He's in custody though, and it's like these people that do all these out like crazy shit. What the fuck goes on through their mind?
That's crazy. I just heard about the story. Fool. I don't know if this is true or not, fool. Because I me personally, fool, I don't be believing the shit I see on the internet. Yeah. Like I just kick that shit to the curb. Like there's no way. Like don't get me wrong. Like to a certain extent, like there's like shit like oh fuck that's crazy. But like the internet, like there's so much exaggeration, fool.
Yeah.
And so much so and so said this, and by the time it gets to so and so, it already switched up a little bit. You know, like whatever the case may be, but. If I'm not mistaken, supposedly homeboy went to jail for killing his girlfriend or something like that, and his mom bailed him out, and then he killed his mom.
Nah.
Yeah, that's what like,
he did.
Yeah,
his
he did.
mom or her mom?
No, his mom. Like his mom bailed him out, and then he fucking killed like his whole family too.
What the?
Like
fuck?
on some crazy shit. But this is what I'm telling you. Like that shit sounds like there's crazy fools that would do that, but I don't know how true that shit is. You know?
Yeah.
But like. There's some crazy ass people in the world, fool.
Dog, there's crazy. I trip out. I always tell people when I watch First 48. You ever watch First 48?
I've seen some, yeah.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
Like these fools, they'll be asking them, and it's like these fools just killed somebody like maybe 5 hours ago, and they caught him, and they're like, "Hey, what's going on?" You know,
They're like nothing.
and the guy's like, "No, look, some fool was he was chasing us. I jumped out the car, and he drove up right next to him and started shooting, and then they end up." The people seen it, they're like, nah, this fool, they pulled up right here, he shot him and he started running. And it's like they make themselves seem like they were the witness or something, and they're the ones that did it. But I'm like, how can you be so calm, dog? Yeah. Fool, I just think if I kill somebody, I'll be like, oh, fucking throwing up, trying to, you know, like, if I just trying to fucking run away, get a fucking bus or some shit, you know, I don't fucking know. These fools are like nothing. They're like, hey, what's going on? You guys want to talk to me? Like, what the fuck?
They're gonna play it off.
Yeah, and then they're like, dude, there's video of you doing it, and then they're like, oh, they're like, fuck, you know, their whole shit changes. Like, oh shit, I got caught. But it's like these fools were scandalous, dog. Like, of course they're scandalous. They killed somebody, but if you think about it, it's like, man, these fools. How the hell can you be like that where it's like nothing to you? Some fools they'll be like 16, 17.
Yeah.
And it's like, dog, that fool, he doesn't even care. A little kid, he just murked somebody, he doesn't care. They don't care, dog. Like, it just, since you're little, that fucking life. Like, I have homies that they gangbanged or whatever, and those fools. I'm like, when did you get in a gang? And they're like, I was like 11. I'm like, what the fuck? How? And they're like, I was kicking it with the homies, fool, a little kid.
That's what I'm saying.
Getting high, and then you're kicking it with the homies, and they fucking, all right, you're from the, they'll jump you in. You're from the hood
fool,
now.
you kicking it with your homie that's 11, and then his older brother's 15, and then the whole situation changes.
Yeah, and then these fools, some of them, like, he's like, fool, we just got jumped into the hood. Like, we used to chill. He's like, I used to play baseball, dog, and fucking, I was all good, and I started chilling with the homie, and his cousin jumped us in. And we're fucking 12, dog, and that was it after that. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, fool, it was just gangbang. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, fool, you grow up right there, you're there. It's like, you're from there. It's like, damn, dog, you don't have no choice. And then you see fools where it's like, their grandmas from the hood.
Yeah.
Their fucking mom,
They
their
really
brothers,
have no choice
everybody.
type
It's like,
shit.
damn, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how it is in a lot of places, dog. And it's like, you can't avoid it. You can't feel bad for these people, but at the same time you're like, damn, dog, like they didn't have no chance.
Yeah,
fool.
but I mean, I think we all know like fucking people that come from like gangbanging ass houses that turn into something else, fool.
Yeah.
So
No,
you-
well, yeah, I have
so,
I have homies that, yeah, they're like, good now.
Yeah.
Or I have homies that were fucking crazy ass crazy
They changed.
cholos, and now they're cool, family, and they're living, they're
crazy.
good. And there's fools that are fucking successful ass fools.
Which
It's
is
like,
kinda-
damn, that fool is a fucking cholo ass.
But
fool
I
back
feel like
in the day.
sometimes like a lot of it at the moment is kind of like, especially like I feel like for the people that join at the moment, it's kind of like a moment of like survival mode.
What is it? You're a product of your environment. They say.
Yeah.
But you could take it that way. Like, you could be, fool, where we grew up, it was like,
But you could be a good product or a bad
you
product.
could be a good product or a
Yeah.
bad
But
product.
at the end of the day, you're a product, yeah.
Where we grew up, it was a little ass town, fool. And there's, like I was telling, there's homies that I knew that they've never been to a beach, fool, and they were 17.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know
That's
what I'm
crazy,
talking? Yeah,
fool,
fool, I have a homie, and I'm like, he's never been to the beach, fool.
Us
And
grown people have never been to
and
the
I'm
beach.
like, dog, trip out. You can never leave this fucking little town, dog, because it's little. There's so much talent right there. Like, there's fools that do bike tricks, like sick ass youngsters, fool, doing backflips and doing all this shit, but they never get out. I'm like, fool, why don't you get out? And they're like, whoa, I never. And like, you never been to this place? And they're like, nah. I'm like, fool, they just stay there, but there's no exposure. This was like before internet or Instagram.
Yeah, but
now
yeah.
fools are getting love, but
Yeah, but let me ask you something. Like you think people are happier here or happier over there? Like, what do you
over
think?
there.
Yeah, right.
Fool, my home,
That's
all
crazy.
of my homies out there, they all own homes. The motherfuckers got RVs, fucking travel, fucking businesses. Everyone's like, they have money out there because it's like cost of living is lower over there, and it's like there's only so much you can do. There's like this place over there. There's like this big plant where everyone works, but they fucking make money, and it's like. I always trip out. I'm like, hey, why are you fools are able to fucking be hooked up and make all this cheese at the spot and you don't? Like, why don't you go fucking work over there? It's like, why are you guys choose to, like, I have homies that are balling homies, and then I have homies that are like broke homies, not broke homies, but they don't have money like that. And I'm like, dog, you fools are right there, fool. Like, we all of our homies, like, we have homies that are boss ass fools at these plants.
Yeah.
They could get you in. And I'm like, why the fuck are you fools struggling right here? Like, you're in that town, and it's just it's how you are. It's like what you want for yourself, Like, you could be in anywhere of the world, fool. Like me, I came out of the little ass town, fool, in that little ass place in the desert. It's what you want. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm doing it later on, but it's like I'm still doing some shit. Like, we're making some shit happen. We could have just stayed normal, doing whatever. You could have just stayed normal doing that. But hey, dog, we said fuck that. We want to get out of this shit. We want to make some shit fucking happen. And it's like, it's what you do for yourself, for you, for the people around you. It's like, you could do so much for some people, but it's like sometimes they don't want fucking help. Sometimes
You can't help someone that doesn't want to get help.
it's like that's exactly, you can't help somebody that doesn't want help.
Yeah.
You could want the best for somebody and be like, dog, we got this shit. Like, what the fuck? And they're like, nah, I want to be right here. And it's like, that sucks. That's why I'm like, I'm grateful and I'm happy that I got out of that fucking little place, because there's only so much. It's like, yeah, those fools that are doing that, they have money. they work and they have all these, you know, they have their fucking
life and shit.
life and shit, but that's it. Like, that's it, dog. Like, I always think like whatever I'm doing right now is just for right now, fool, because I'm trying to fucking go for up. Like,
Yeah, but I think even here, like, there's a lot of people that live that kind of life.
yeah, there's some fools out here. They're like, hey,
Yeah,
dog, just
that's
fucking
it.
settle
That are
down.
just-
It's like-
that's it, yeah.
And some fools are like, Tommy, you could do all this. Like, why don't you do? I'm like, because I'm headed somewhere, dog.
Yeah.
Like, everything that I'm doing right now, I'm not doing this shit because I want to be. I don't want to be at this fucking place for 40 fucking years. I'm like, I'm doing this shit right now to build what the fuck where I'm getting, you know. And every fucking place that I've ever been at, I like, I work doing like building spots for like concerts or whatever. If I ever talk to anybody, I have conversations with people that you know, to what the fuck can we do with, you do this, you do, let's fucking make some shit happen with this. Like, oh, you do
Networking
music,
shit, yeah.
let's fucking get you on a podcast. You're a fucking good guest
Yeah.
to talk with. Like, you can use whatever resources. It just depends on the person you are. Like,
Yeah.
wherever you go, wherever thing, just use a fucking, like, get what you can. Like, if you see that, you know, you could talk to, you have connections with these people, hey, let me fucking talk to you. This is what I do. You're able to do that. Like, some people are like, man, I'm stuck at this fucking job. Like, fool, how can you use that fucking job to your advantage to get somewhere
else
that you want to be?
Yeah.
And it's done that. Sometimes I feel like, man, like even with this podcast, we could have started it before, but it wasn't gonna be what it is. And I didn't,
That's true.
I didn't like want to just build a podcast just to have a podcast. I was like, fool, if I'm gonna do a podcast, fool, it's gonna be when people are like, oh, this fool, he's it's not cocky or it's not nothing, but it's like, dog, I want to fucking be the best fucking podcast out there. Like, if it ain't the best, I want to be known as one. Like, this fool show is fucking good.
Yeah, it's because other than that,
and
like, not
you
to
know?
cut you off, but like, other than that, what would be the other purpose of wanting to do a podcast?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
if you don't really don't
people are
want to be
"Oh, I
like the
just wanna
best,
let
like the
people know-
sickest one.
I just want to let people know about this, like what I do for work and shit. It's like mechanic podcast
Yeah.
and shit. It's like, no, dog, we talk about everything.
But even if you are a mechanic podcast, the goal is gonna be to the goal has to be like the best, like
mechanic podcast.
yeah, that could actually teach people how to learn mechanic or how to do mechanic
Yeah.
or fucking whatever. Because other than that, then it's
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I always see it like everyone does a podcast, dog. Not everyone, but a lot of people do podcasts. And it's like, that's cool. But it's just what you do with that fucking podcast. Like, what we're trying to do is like, I always see, I have a vision, you know what I'm saying? Like, big shit. And we're working towards that, as small as it is, as big as it's getting, whatever. We're just working at it because I know that this shit's gonna be big, dog, because I have it in my mind. And I always do that shit. I tell people about imagination, visualization. For anything that you can fucking think of, you want to do, put yourself in that fucking place. Fucking if you want a job, you want to be a mailman, fool. Imagine yourself fucking driving that little car, wearing that outfit, waking up in the morning, driving into the parking lot of where the post office. Visualize yourself, apply, fucking hit them with the resume, do whatever you can to get that fucking job. You'll make that shit happen.
Yeah.
I always tell people that whatever you can visualize, and it's like, I always visualize shit, dog. The fucking clothes I'm wearing, the fucking fools I'm shaking hands with, fools that are doing a product, and I work to make that shit happen. As much as long as it might take, but fool, like, I have like goals that I've written down before when I first started doing all this shit, and I've scratched off a lot of those. And there's still some that it's like they might be impossible, but I thought some of those that I already wrote down were impossible.
yeah.
You know, and
They
I was
made
like,
it- they made those
and then now
possible,
that I was
yeah.
like, Dick, that shit was nothing. I did that.
Yeah.
You know, like, I did this, I did that. And I always try to tell people, like, fool, whatever you want to do, visualize yourself, be there, work at it, you'll get that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And with you too, I'm sure, you know, like Dick, you know, you work what you do.
Yeah.
Did you think fucking 5 years ago you're gonna fucking be right here, 80 fucking thousand people know you on Instagram? Of course not. You were like, no. But if you would have never done it, you would never know
Yeah.
right now that you fucking, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, dog, anything you want to do, if you can fucking work at it and visualize that shit, you can make that shit happen. Cause I've scratched off goals that were impossible to me, dog. Meeting Joe Rogan smoking my weed. That was impossible. That was one of the biggest goals. Like, you know, like, I'm just gonna write it in there just to have this impossible goal. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna work at it like if it was possible. And it happened. Yeah. And then I was like, oh shit, what's the next shit? You know? And it's like, boom, everything why I'm here, why I'm podcasting is because of writing my goals down. One of my first goals was meeting George Perez, talking with him, and having him put my product on his fucking podcast. And it fucking happened, dog. How fucking
you went for
Instagram. I went for it. A lot of the people that I met or talked to or work with, it was all from visualization and not hitting them right when I had that thought. Because sometimes, like, fool, you gotta have a thought, but
you're not ready.
It ain't the right time to tell this fool about this idea. Work at it and then hit him with that idea if you get the chance to. And that shit might fucking pop off and happen. Like podcasting, meeting Joe Rogan, meeting Joey Diaz. I fucking would watch Joey Diaz podcast every day. My homies would come to my house. You're watching this old man? Fool, I said, one day.
How long ago do you think did he start his podcasting?
Fucking 2011, 2012. But dog, this man, I would watch him every day. And I told my homies, I'm going to be in that fucking, I'm going to be right here talking to that fool. I'm going to fucking blaze it with this man in that office. I'm gonna hit that bong.
Yeah, fuck.
And that was impossible. That's too. Crazy. And fucking I did it, dog. And I would tell my homies, look, write your fucking goals down. You guys think it's not real? Write your fucking goals down and you'll make it happen, fool. Work for it. Of course you can't be like, oh, I'm gonna write it down. I better put it under the table and in the morning it's gonna nah. You gotta fucking work at it and it'll fucking happen. But it's visualization, work, and fool. You'll be surprised what the fuck you can make happen, fool. And you know, have you ever had some shit where do you ever write your goals down or you know, we're like, hey, I want this or how?
No, I don't write my goals down, but I feel like I should.
Yeah,
because I heard like that helps a lot.
It helps.
But like I remember, like for example, like I still remember like at one point telling my cousin like, watch, I'm gonna hit the 1 million followers on TikTok, and I hit it. But and then after that, it was kind of like fuck, like what now?
Yeah, and fools were probably like, "Dick, 1 million never." Yeah, fuck you, yeah, come on, dog, it's Dick, be real. Yeah. And you'll be like, "I am, motherfuckers."
Yeah, but and then I had to make the videos though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, you could have your goals, but as long as you never made those videos, you would have been. It would have just been a goal.
That would have been a goal. It would be a dream.
Yeah, it would just a dream, whatever. But you knew, like, hey, I want to make that shit happen, and I know that if I make these videos, I have more of a chance. And you did it, and motherfucker hit 1 million. How much do you have now? More?
No. The thing is, my TikTok, that shit got like I got blocked and all types of shit, so that shit went down.
Yeah.
Like I fucking there was like a month I couldn't upload, and then like there was I would upload like almost every single day. And like I got to a point where I was uploading like every day, and like every single video was just getting taken down. Because of like, people would report it for violent or graphic content or fucking
and
bullying or harassment bullshit, and then she'll just get taken down. She'll get taken down, hella taken down. My account got blocked for a month. Like I couldn't even log in and shit, and all fucking crazy shit. So like, within all that time, like I lost like a shitload of followers, and a lot of TikTok accounts get deleted too. It's just crazy.
Do they give you feria when you hit 1 million followers?
Nah.
Or what is it where they give? Because somebody said if you get like so many likes or so many,
you get paid. You have to have I think 10,000 followers. You have to be over 18, and I think maybe a certain amount of likes. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about the likes, but I know for sure you have to have 10,000.
And you hit 1 million followers?
Yeah.
And it was just all fucking the bird videos?
Yeah, fool, that shit was crazy as fuck. That shit probably happened in like less than a month.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It was just like, boop, boop, boop.
Yeah.
Like, fool, me, I have this fucking video. I made a fucking reel with the video from, it's like some chola chick, and she's like holding it down. That shit got 1 million fucking views on Instagram. Like, and
the reels.
60,000 comments, all this shit. I'm like, fuck, what the fuck? It's just like one video could
change everything.
Yeah, and then but sometimes like there's some like say that fool like there's that fool Welvin, the D's Nuts kid, you know, like that fool got fucking super famous, was doing it all, but like dick now it's like,
this thing was like in the street.
Yeah, dog, I feel bad, you know, and like it's what you make with what, you know, like some fools could make it, take it in a good way, ride with that and fucking get connections and fucking keep that ball going. Or some fools are just ride that motherfucking wave of that little fucking video or whatever. Nah, dog, you gotta keep fucking, you know, you gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Like I said, whatever fucking resources you get from there, it might not even be related to whatever the fuck you're trying to do. Make some shit work with that. If not, help somebody. Hey, I got a motherfucker that knows how to, you know, does this, that, and at any, like, it goes full circle. Like, you could help yourself, you could help somebody else. By helping somebody else, you can help yourself at the same time. Yeah. And it's just a trip, you know. It's what you make of whatever. But we've fucking been here for a while. Thank you guys for tuning in.
That was a motivational ending for you fools.
Yeah, the motivational ending. The first episode, 2023, coming in hot. We got the Dove guy.
Yeah, make sure you fools fucking like, comment, and subscribe. So what you fools don't know is before I got on the episode, Tommy says this isn't going to be a regular podcast. He says it's not going to be an interview. And it wasn't. It was pretty fun. So make sure you fools stay tuned for the next guest because you're going to have a fucking sick-ass guest coming. So make sure you stay tuned, like, subscribe, comment, all that shit. Share.
Hell yeah. Thank you. But yeah, everybody make sure
shout out to the sponsors too.
Dove Guy, check out our sponsors, Cervezacito, 4th Street, Broadway, Santana, Suavecito.com for any hair products.
Yep.
Next videos you're going to see of the Dove Guy, he's going to be all shiny, all fucking real. Suavecito.
Yeah, and if you fools need some doves, go to thedoveguy.com. Dove release. Fucking, we're in La Puente. We cover like 20 miles around La Puente, so yeah, make sure you visit us up.
Let them know. And then everything on the bottom of this video too, we're gonna have all the links so you guys can hit up Dove Guy, check out his videos, check out his
everything. My Instagram is _ the Dove Guy, and if you go on my Instagram, you can find everything else. The website, the fucking TikTok, the videos, everything.
Hell
so yeah, just go on there.
So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Thank you guys for being here. Late.